Alright guys, so got a general idea of what today's shoulder workout is going to look like. Planned out in my head. Let's see if how it looks. I haven't got the whole thing planned out, but we're going to start with some rear delts and then go from here to seated Y raises. Get our shoulders warmed up before we get into pressing. Oh yeah. Oh. All right, move on. All right, guys, something different. So normally we would do standing or even seated, just traditional, dumbbell raises. But today we're doing incline seated Y raises. So you're gonna come up in a Y, come down, and before you lose tension, come back up. Okay. Ooh, I'm going for tension. I will say these Y raises are significantly more challenging than a traditional lateral raise, especially because I'm stopping here instead of coming down here and losing all tension in the movement. One more of those.
Not that I mediums because they just fit better.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh man. Whew. Ooh.
Never went away. I just have more muscle now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say real.
I do the single for the first year, and the second year gets improved. I start feeling it right now.
Is it because you're eating McDonald's or like? You just gotta not do that. Yeah, you just. I mean, like. I'll say the same thing. No, I used to forget anything for like that.
How long
Like at that point, like, do you need to help that figure out what the problem is? I mean, like, so far.
I tried and was told I didn't have a case.
Probably not a case that's worth that much. Let me go on Fitness, but like, I just want to understand that like they apparently somebody like well, one was one guy that got fired, and he got pretty decent sentence pay for that, I would say. So like, at least what we did. And the funny thing is, I was saying like, you could maybe argue like, because I was saying like legally, I was just like, you could have signed after us, but you like already spent the money, so I'm like, you can us kids. Come on, buddy. Get it up. Come on. I remember it was like these two guys got fired, and then like,
Ooh, all right. Well, I'll do some cable rattle, and then we'll probably finish with reverse pec deck for just to get a little more tinge of weird outs. We might do one more exercise, maybe front raises or something for some front down.
I mean, I feel like
All right, a few more of these. These are feeling good. This has been a fantastic shoulder day. Good. Ooh, ooh. One more of those, baby. Ooh. Alright, well, outside of accidentally dropping this into the bench while getting ready, time for some front raises, or whatever you'd like to call them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. All right. So, if you don't have a reverse pec deck ready to go for you, what you can do is you can try to do the same exercise. Oh. Oh. Jump. Wait. Tip. Yeah. All right, one more of those and shoulder day will be complete. Ooh. Ooh. Ugh. All right, guys. As you can tell, already left the gym. Pulled out a few seconds ago. That's what he said. And so no cardio talk today. Not because cardio won't be taking place. It just I do not have the time to do it immediately following the workout today. That being said, I will do it after, like later in the evening. My Wednesdays are very, very busy. Like I'm booked pretty much all day on Wednesdays outside of when I go to the gym. So I won't be free again till about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. So that's when the cardio will take place. I'll probably swing by Cuba's gym because I'll be out that way and I'll just hit some incline treadmill there. That being said, cardio is still happening, just not a cardio talk today because I do have places to be, places to go and things to do. I'm having a stroke. So is anyone smelling the burnt toast? But that's why no cardio talk. I'm not slacking, not intentionally, but it will be done. No slacking will be had. We are not in a position to do so. But I'm down. I'm fasted right now, so I will take that as pretty close to what my body weight is, with the exception of some water retention and stuff. Unfortunately, I did not eat the cleanest yesterday. I just fasted all day, made sure to have a protein shake and some chicken because I knew I was going to be at a birthday party. And my niece is free, so of course it had to be, Mom and Dad, I want mac and cheese. Mac and cheese and cake and everything else. So luckily, my brother did it. We just barbecued some hamburgers, so some protein was there to be had outside of just eating mac and cheese and what little bit I did have. But I was still 545 calories under for the day. So I still didn't do terrible on eating. I was still in a calorie deficit at the end of the day. But I definitely was pushing it on hitting my protein, carbs, and fats were a lot higher than I normally would. But I'm still in that what I feel to be a grace period where I can have days like that once in a blue moon, as long as I still, prioritize getting my protein hit at some point, whether it be early in the day before I go to that event or whatever. I still make sure that I'm hitting my calories. I'm not making some excuse by doing extra cardio to go over my calories. But, I still hit my 1,575 calories or whatever it is. It's just that they were foods that I normally wanted to eat. And the beauty of the app that I use is I can put in the ingredients, put in how many servings the recipe makes, all that stuff, and have it on the app ready to go. So I know how my family makes mac and cheese. And actually, we made it a little leaner yesterday, not intentionally. It's just we only had 1% milk. So, I put in the ingredients and tracked it. And I would say I had about 3 servings. And when I say servings, I don't mean American size servings. Like I was thinking in terms of what would an actual serving, according to the FDA, be of mac and cheese. And so I was like, okay, if I'm thinking in that way, there's probably like 30 servings in this pot. If I have 3 servings of it, that's basically what most people would put on their plate anyways and call it 1 serving. And so that's what I portioned out. If I really wanted to be meticulous with it, and I could have been, I could have, the tracking app I use, when you make those recipes, you can put exactly how many grams that recipe makes, but that would entail also weighing out every ingredient, putting it exclusively in grams, adding that up together. That's the total amount of grams in a serving, and then I could measure it all in grams instead of servings, and then I could have put it on the food scale. But I do think I was at least fairly accurate with it, if not within a few calories off. So I was still in calorie deficit yesterday following cardio, exercise, NEAT, non-exercise for activity thermogenesis, and it was still a good day. I'm already like 1,000 some odd calories down for the week. My app tells me a weekly, how many calories under your weekly allowance are you as well. And so I'm doing good. So in terms of where I should be at the end of each week to lose a pound, you want 3,500 calories under your maintenance. If you want to lose 2 pounds, 7,000 under your maintenance by the end of the week, not in a day, but the end of your week, because there's 3,500 calories in a gram of fat. I'm looking to lose 1 pound to 2 pounds a week. I'm not going to discriminate and say, 1 pound is more than enough. We got 10 months, so you're looking at 40 weeks. I can get away with 1 pound a week. Obviously, I'd prefer 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. And I am doing the cardio and everything to accomplish that. But that being said, I weighed in 3.5 pounds lighter today. Obviously, in my opinion, that's pretty good, considering I ate way more carbs than I would have, way more fats than I would have, way more sodium than I would have, because I watched my mother salt the mac and cheese. And yet, still 3 pounds down. Obviously, again, water retention, muscle, glycogen, all that stuff. There's going to be some discrepancies between how much I weighed the day before and how much I weighed the day after and all that stuff. But I would say, based on how I ate yesterday, that wasn't a bad place to be. So we are at least heading in the right direction. And considering yesterday was borderline a cheat day, or at least it ended with a cheat meal, I did make sure to get in a meal before that was strictly just focused on my goals. But and making sure I hit my protein for the day. But given the last meal of the day being 3.5 pounds down is a good sign. That means we're on the right track. Even on the day that should have by all means put me 1 pound or 2 heavier, that we're still down. I'm pretty confident in the work I'm putting in and the path I've set forward for myself. So that's where I was heading with that. But I'm happy to see the scale going down. That's one thing I've struggled with for a while, is even though maybe what I'm looking at in the mirror is getting slightly better, I was eating just enough to be in a good recomp phase, but I just wasn't doing enough cardio or cutting calories enough to accomplish an actual complete fat burning phase. And so as much as I was happy to see those microcosms, those little slight changes that I was able to notice because I'm looking at myself daily with a shirt off and all this stuff. But if the scale wasn't changing, I was like, God, I got to get that scale moving downwards if we're going to do this show. And now's the time to do it. So I'm glad to see that even after a day like yesterday, where I had mac and cheese for dinner, 2 hamburgers, I think Tommy bought 80-20, so not even good lean hamburgers, but it is what it is. I did enjoy half a serving of cake. It was a very small sliver, and then a serving of ice cream. So, I'll sit here and narc on myself. I wasn't perfect yesterday. But I think it's important, as long as I'm not within super close to the show. If I was 6 months in the range of the show, yesterday's meal would not have happened. I just got cut off by the 18-wheeler. Ooh, good stuff. Anyways, within like 6 months of the show, anything like that's cut out entirely. Obviously, it's not going to be an everyday or like once a week kind of thing anyways, but seeing it was my niece's birthday, that's all there was to eat. I'm not going to sit there and not eat. I don't think it was that big of a deal. It was like 190 free calories worth of mac and cheese. You're looking at about 200 calories in a 4-ounce patty of 80-20. So 400 calories of that. I think 90 calories in half the slice of cake and 160 in the ice cream. So you're pushing like 600 something, 700 something calories of yesterday came from not a great source of food, but the other like 800, almost 900 did come from a protein shake, chicken breast, stuff like that. So there was a good balance. And that's the important thing. If you know you're going to go to a party, if you know you're going to go out to eat with family or friends, and you know that you're at least don't take my situation of planning on doing like an actual bodybuilding show. Don't, obviously this situation is different, but just in a day-to-day life weight loss journey, you don't need to be as strict as I'm going to have to be for the next 10 months, right? Especially as we get closer to the show. All right, it's time to be perfect after. It's the last birthday party I have to go to all year, so it's time to lock in. No excuses. No nieces to please. No family members to go, why aren't you eating? Or why did you bring your own chicken breast to the birthday party, you creep? But just normal life, if you know you're going to go to a birthday party, you know you're going to go to like a event, you know you're going to go out to eat with friends or family, a really good protocol to have is what I did, where you have a meal or two that is strictly focused on good lean protein sources, and you try to get your intake of protein knocked out ahead of that event. So that, and obviously if you eat that way, it's going to be fairly low in calories. You're going to have calories left in your day for whatever you're going to. And then you can kind of afford to not be as perfect while still maintaining your weight, if not losing weight. And that's what I did yesterday. And that's something that I've been implementing for a while now. It's the reason that, sure, I've kind of hit a wall, I've hit a plateau where I float about the same weight for about a year and a half now. But like on my way down from 300, I was pretty freaking strict on myself, pretty freaking perfect. And I learned that, you can't enjoy those events as much when you are restricting yourself or, and that's just no way to live. You do want to be able to enjoy life events. You want to enjoy your time with those family members and everything else. So you just got to make sure, in order to either maintain your weight or even continue losing weight in spite of one meal. Let's be honest, one meal isn't going to ruin anything. It's days upon days of improper dieting, or days upon days where every day has a massive cheat meal and you're missing your protein, and you're going over by 20 calories and you don't think anything of it. Those days are what's going to start to mess you up. But in my situation, obviously, I'm going to have to cut that kind of stuff out for a while. Like, Christmas is going to suck. Thanksgiving is going to suck this year. Because I know how my family cooks for those events. And I'm going to be sitting there eating probably just the turkey breast and just the ham. Just like, thanks for the protein, guys. Really appreciate it. But it is definitely time to lock the heck in. So enough about that. Getting a little harebrained on everything. Cardio will happen later, like I said, so no cardio talk now. But let's talk about that shoulder workout. And one of the main reasons for switching back from the bro split back to the antagonistic training and having a shoulder focused day is the fact that I do find my shoulders are lacking immensely. I think shoulders, traps, rhomboids are all something I need to work on for both back fitness and obviously for a more dramatic V taper, and also just for like a good a good package in terms of my arms, because like in terms of like what I think I need most in my arms, from like least to most would be triceps, bicep, shoulders. My shoulders are my least developed, like just not there of my arms. I have definitely more bicep and definitely more tricep than I do shoulder, and so that's something I'm looking to remedy. Like I said in yesterday's cardio talk, maybe as I lean out, I'll find I don't need as much as I think I do. Maybe they're bigger than I think. I don't know exactly how much fat my body's holding on my biceps or my triceps or anything like that. I might be surprised at how well balanced my arms look underneath all of it. But in my opinion, I don't have much shoulder, so I need to start trying to cap them off a little better to create just a better overall physique. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to bring the most dramatic transformation to the summer shredding competition, but I do think I can bring the best package if I dedicate myself to doing so. So that's where we're at right now. So probably now into the show will strictly be antagonistic training with a dedicated shoulder day, unless I just think we're on the right track and I can get away with going back to the bro split, because it is something I do genuinely enjoy. I do like having a dedicated arm day, but I do not think that those parts of my arms need a dedicated day as badly as my shoulders. That being said, yes, my biceps need to come up, which is why on back day I did more bicep exercises than on chest and tri than I did tricep exercises, because my biceps need to go up. I need to bring them up, but nowhere near as much as my shoulders. So it just makes sense where we're heading to have a dedicated shoulder day where they aren't getting neglected, instead of a dedicated arm day where I'm hitting rear delts on back, I'm hitting shoulders on chest, and I'm making excuses of, well, that actually, this exercise actually hits front and side, so therefore I don't need to do more than just this press. Because let's be honest, let's make excuses on chest days. So no more of that. Shoulders have clearly been neglected on my body for years because they are underdeveloped and non-existent. So it's time to lock the heck in and start trying to get some actual size there, because I'm lacking. But that was a really good shoulder day. We were going to use the reverse pec deck and not do the lying reverse dumbbell, but someone was on the pec deck, so we just went ahead and hit the exercise that way. I think it hits it just as well, if not better, so no complaints there. There's always a way to do things if you don't think, if a machine gets taken. So don't just cut an exercise out of your plan because the machine gets taken. There's a way to do it with free weight, typically, or even with a cable. So great workout. My shoulders are very sore already, very pumped. So no complaints there. Tomorrow is leg day. My knees are feeling really good. The temptation is definitely there to do another quad focused, but technically it's supposed to be a hamstring. Maybe I'll talk to Brandon. Maybe we'll do a quad focused, because I need to bring my quads up. But it is supposed to be a hamstring focused. So expect the hamstring. Don't be surprised if it's quad focused instead, just because I want to take advantage of how good my knees are feeling. And to be honest, I don't need a crap ton of hamstring training right now. I feel like I've overtrained them. I've brought them up a lot, not even intentionally. I was just looking to avoid knee injury. And now I could probably get away with some negligence and just hitting them on a full leg day instead of having a dedicated hamstring day. But outside of it, here and there. But I much rather have a quad focus day right now. That being said, the hamstrings are so important. They create that lift from the side profile. You want to have good, defined hamstrings and glutes on any back poses. So it's not that I want to just neglect them entirely, but I do know because of my training in the past, giving them a dedicated day where it was like 3 to 1 or 3 to 2 or whatever, of like how often hamstrings were getting hit compared to quads. Need to tone it back a little bit on the hamstrings and get the quad spot up. Take full advantage of the fact that all of the leg equipment at TAM Fitness just feels phenomenal on my knees, doesn't bother them as much, and I'm able to actually train my quads. So, balance out my training, focus less on hamstrings, more on quads. There will still be hamstring focused days. Tomorrow might be one. I might wake up in the morning and be like, man, my knees feel like crap, and I'm not risking this. Or I'll get to the gym and I set a quad extensions of like, you know what, this was a mistake. We're doing hams. But I will talk to Brandon on what he thinks. But I personally think I want a quad focus day tomorrow. I want to demolish the daylights out of my quads tomorrow. So expect that. Don't be surprised if it is a hamstring day. Don't be surprised if it's a quad day. But either way, legs is getting hit tomorrow. And judging by how great my knees feel, I'm going to demolish them. I'm going to take full advantage of it. Now, that doesn't mean crazy weights that it's going to have me crippled and my knees bothered for like the next 2 weeks. But a challenging weight enough to tax my legs and to be able to get a good pump, a good stimulus, and have a good workout. So that is the plan for tomorrow, and I don't know if there's really anything else to say. So I will see you guys then tomorrow. So if you liked the video, If you've made it this far and you aren't subscribed, go ahead. You've made it this far and you're already watching, so why not? We're trying to get to 200. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers, and we're very close. I'd love to see us hit that. At the end of the day, I'm not the one who builds the community. You guys are. I'm just here. I'm just documenting a weight loss journey. I think that's all there is to it. And kind of documenting a prep to a bodybuilding show. I still don't like calling the summer shredding calling it a bodybuilding show because the category is transformation, but it's still, all extension purposes, it is still bodybuilding show. They have a classic division, all that, but they have a transformation division where people can lose weight and show off like the physique they were able to bring, and that's what I'm going to do. But it just feels weird going to bodybuilding competition sometimes because I don't feel like I look like or really fit the mold of a bodybuilder. Maybe I don't know. But let's not focus on titles right now. But if you made it this far and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. But on our way to 100 subscribers, I think we can hit it, and I think there's more to come. So you guys are awesome. I will say I hyped up a $100 gift card giveaway because I was told, like about a month ago, I got emailed saying, you did great on sales last month. You can pick out a free product for doing great. That's how I got the hardcore 3D pre-workout that I did a review on. And then at the bottom of the email, they said, we can do a gift card giveaway for your audience if you'd like. I said, I'd love to do that. Got talking. There's like 6 emails back and forth, and then nothing. So I reached out today and asked, whatever happened to the gift card giveaway. You kind of left me on red out of nowhere, and I'd genuinely love to do that for my audience. I've been hyping it up. I'd like to do it at the 100 subscriber mark, and this was a message on Instagram DMs, because they answer way faster than they do with email. And the Harder Last Time HR whatever guy got back to me and said, that's more of a 5,000 follower mark kind of thing. You have 72. And I said, okay, well, you're the one who emailed me and asked if I wanted to do it. I'm not coming at you with this randomly. And I even sent him a screenshot of the bottom of his email, and he left it on red. So it's like, whatever, So I guess, sorry guys, I hyped up a giveaway that I guess will not be happening until we hit a certain benchmark. So I do apologize for that. I guess no gift card giveaway right now. But maybe I'll buy some supplements off of Harder Last Time at some point and just do a giveaway of my own. So don't look forward to that at some point, just not anytime soon because I'm broke. But we'll get there. But yeah. Anyways, just if I clarify that, I forgot about it and I was gonna talk about it. So yeah, no giveaway, unfortunately. Not at the moment. So, but if you guys want to support me or the channel in any way, shape, or form, Harder Last Time link is always in the description. Code JS15, get 15% off your order. That obviously I get 10% of that, which will help. I try to put that money back towards the channel. So, whether it be the new mics, getting, being able to get the new camera, stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's all there is to say. I stuttered a bit through it all, but it was said. So, see you guys tomorrow for legs.